Alright, so Yoon's Talk number 16. 5 things that I wish I knew before taking the Asvab. Alright, so number 1, you can retake the Asvab exactly a month later after you take the first one. So if you did not get the score that you want, alright, so you take it, improve, study up on it, and then take it again to get the score that you want. Your liaison, your recruiter might convince you otherwise. Hey, people usually get a lower score the second time, so don't take it. They might try to convince you, but if you know what score you want to get for the job, the rate you want to get, make sure you take it and take advantage of this. All right. Number 2, ASVAB score is relevant in boot camp. When you're in boot camp, you can try to go for this academic award. And the thing is, you have to get 100% on the 3 tests that are in boot camp. At the same time, the person with the highest ASVAB score qualifies. So if you have 80 on your ASVAB score and you got 100% on all 3 tests throughout boot camp, you will lose to someone who has 99 on his ASVAB and got 100% on all 3 tests. All right? So make sure that you try to get the highest score possible. If not, try to get the perfect score. All right, number 3. Now later on, let's say you picked a rate, you don't like it, right? You want to cross rate. To cross rate, let's say if your ASVAB score is too low for that rate's minimum ASVAB score, you have to retake it. Now, you're 2 to 3 years in the Navy. Now you're dealing with work. Now you're dealing with, let's say you have schoolwork. Now let's say you also have relationships. Maybe you got married or whatever. Now you have more on your plate trying to retake the ASVAB, studying up for it when you haven't really studied the mathematics, science, English, grammar, and all this type of stuff, 2 years ago like you did, right? So what I recommend is when you take it the first time, do it right? Get the highest score that you can possibly get. All right, so number 4, there are free similar tests that you can take online. You can go to Google and type in ASVAB tests online, and there are a lot of practice tests that you can take advantage of. Right? What I did personally, I went to Barnes and Nobles. I got a book for ASVAB for Dummies, and just looked through it. And I didn't even buy the book. I just went to Barnes & Noble and I just looked through it. And then, I just sat down in the coffee area and I kind of did the problems on a separate sheet of paper. And then, you just have an advantage compared to someone who didn't take it, who didn't do that. All right, so do that. And number 5, and lastly, ASVAB is looked at in the fleet. I was talking with my master chief one day and I said, how are sailors determined when they first come in? How do you categorize them and how do you put them in the job, different jobs that they get first time? And he said, well, I look at A school grade and I also look at the ASVAB, right? So your ASVAB, goes from boot camp. ASVAB also follows you through A school. ASVAB also follows you through the fleet, right? So have a strong foundation for the first time, all right? That will set you up for the rest of your career in the Navy or in the military if you're not joining the Navy, which is fine. All right, so those are my 5 things that I wish I knew before taking the ASVAB. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. Press that like button, subscribe for more, and I hope you have a great Navy day.